Hi, my name's Dave Miers, and this is my Jesus story. I grew up on the Central Coast, just north of Sydney, and I've lived on the northern beaches in Narrabeen for the last 4 years. My job has been the youth minister at St Faith's Anglican Church, Narrabeen. My wife is Rowena. We've got 3 kids, Sam, Tom and Beth. They're all awesome. We love eating sushi, we love soccer, and we love going to the beach. There are 4 turning points in my Jesus story. The first turning point in my Jesus story is that my parents met at Bible college, and in 1971 they got married. And so what that means is it means that Jesus has always been part of my family. Jesus has always been part of my upbringing. I remember from a young age being prayed with by my parents. I remember going to church. I remember reading the Bible. I remember taking Jesus pretty seriously. The second turning point in my Jesus story came in year 11. I was invited along to KIC, a big youth conference in Katoomba, and I think that was the first time I understood grace. Grace is this idea in the Bible that the way you can stand before God is not by doing good things, but by trusting in what Jesus has done. I reckon up until that point, I thought God would accept me because I was pretty good. I didn't do the dumb stuff my friends at school were doing, and to be honest, I even looked down upon them. And I remember walking away from KIC, kind of my life was changed when I went, wait, hang on. Christianity is not about trying to be a good person. It's by recognizing you're not a good person and trusting in what Jesus has done on your behalf. Wash me, Savior, or I die. The third turning point in my Jesus story came kind of at the end of school, kind of the end of year 12, maybe even just after I finished year 12, and I realised that soccer, something that I was really passionate about, had a disproportionate place in my life. There was a verse that I was struck by from 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 9 that says, "They tell how you turn to God from idols to serve the living and true God and to wait for His Son from heaven, whom He raised from the dead, Jesus, who rescues us from the coming wrath." I remember kind of realising that soccer, which was this thing I was passionate about, was an all-consuming passion to the point where I think it was actually an idol. It was getting in the way of me worshipping God. And so I quit soccer, and there's a sense in which that was me turning away from the idol of soccer to serve the true and living God and to wait for Jesus, to live a life no longer for myself, but to live a life for Jesus. The fourth and final turning point in my Jesus story happened in the first year out of school. I was invited along to this beach mission, and I went along, and it was amazing. We shared Jesus with a whole bunch of young kids, shared Jesus in the local community, and I caught the vision for making Jesus known. And so I went off and did a primary school teaching degree and became a primary school teacher, but to be honest, I was using whatever spare time I had to share Jesus in Sunday schools, in youth groups, on camps, on missions, and I met Rowena, and kind of together we did those things together, and we got married in 2003. I eventually ended up going to working for a church, then going to Bible college, and I've just kept giving my life to making Jesus known, particularly amongst young punks. And it's been a massive privilege to be the youth minister at St Faith's, Narrabeen, to be part of Soli's youth community. And I've been blown away by this community and blown away by how seriously this youth community takes Jesus. It has been such a privilege to see young punks hear Jesus' story for the first time and to give their lives to Jesus. And I guess as we move on to other roles and other opportunities outside of Sydney, we are praying that we will remain on mission wherever we go, whatever we do. And my hope and my prayer for Solis is that you would keep seeing the mission ahead, There's 20,000 teenagers on the northern beaches who don't yet know Jesus. Do whatever you can to introduce them to Jesus and give your whole life to Jesus.